Alright, that was a really weird of what happened. I am so sorry that the game crashed, everyone. I did not expect that at all. But at least you got to see... at least you got to see how would happen if Nancy Drew decided not to help Jane. But since we are now... That was really weird. It was so hilarious and scary at the same time. I did not expect my game to crash. But now that you guys got to see the death scene, let's go ahead and figure out what would happen afterwards.
No, don't touch it!
Yeah, so I decided to go ahead and show you guys again just because it's not right to let you guys see just the game crashing. You deserve to see the death scene properly. Anyways, let me show you the real way to do it.
No, don't touch it!
Quick time event.
It's pitch black in here. I can't see anything. Get me out of here, please. I'm sorry I was mean to you before. I'm sorry for everything.
Do I detect a guilty conscience?
It's my fault Linda's sick. I mean, she's not really sick. I just made her think she is. I left that curse in her room and gave her allergy pills and put her medicine in a moisturizer.
Whoa, what? Dude, that is so dangerous.
You made her think that she's changing into the Beast of Blackmoor, didn't you?
I just wanted to go away. I just wanted to be Daddy and me and Mommy, my real Mommy. Please don't make me talk anymore, Nancy. There's no air in here.
I bet.
I can't breathe.
I've got to figure out a way to get that box off of her fast.
Well, drink of water. Are you ready to pick something up?
Thank you.
You're not welcome.
Dear Ned, well, there is a Beast of Blackmoor.
Jane.
She made poor Linda think she was turning into a monster by putting her uncle's hair restorer in Linda's moisturizer. She also slipped Mrs. Drake's allergy pills into Linda's food so she'd feel woozy all the time. An extremely dangerous thing to do. Needless to say, Jane's father was very upset, especially when he found out Jane had done it because she still wants him and her real mother to get back together. After Jane apologized to Linda, and Hugh apologized to both of them, they all resolved to do whatever it takes to become a real family. As for Blackmoor Manor, ever since I told him about all the passageways and gadgetry I discovered, Hugh has become fascinated with his family history, and has asked, no, ordered Ethel to teach him what she's taught Jane. And while he doesn't believe for a second that the meteorite in that old alchemy lab has magical powers, he has encouraged Jane to come up with a puzzle to help ensure its safekeeping, just as initiates have been doing for centuries. Which reminds me, the Pendlins swore me to secrecy when it comes to all their traditions. So don't tell anybody any of this, okay? Nigel suspected something was up when he came to get his laptop and has been hounding me ever since. This is just the kind of stuff he'd love to include in that unauthorized tell-all he's trying to write. If he calls me one more time, I'm telling on him. To Mrs. Drake. That'll teach him. Ever yours, Nancy.
Hey, sassy detective, congratulations on cracking the case. You've been awarded the title of... Now, before I click on that, I know that right after that, it's going to show the trailer of the next game. Let me explain to you guys a little bit of, well, I'll explain what's going to happen after the trailer, but, I do want to mention one thing before I click on this. I realized I forgot to figure out who was the grandchild of Eleanor, because we found some documents in the alchemy forge, the alchemy lab, that the person was the grandchild of Eleanor, because they were talking about how their grandmother put shame to the family, and we're pretty sure that the grandmother who put shame to the family had to be Eleanor, or maybe some sort of grandmother that had a relatively similar situation, or had somehow put shame to the family. I don't know, but I honestly think it's Eleanor. So after the credits are done rolling, I'm gonna go show footage of that. So hopefully you guys will like it. Sleuthier Druis for all around super sleuthing. Oh, I do have to click. Okay.
The year is 1930, and everything is on the rise. Unemployment, government breadlines, and organized crime. In the midst of it all, a heroine is born. Armed with only a flashlight, a blue roadster, and a spirited resourcefulness, a 16-year-old detective will go on to inspire hope in the hearts of young girls and kisses upon the lips of evildoers everywhere. Her name? Nancy Drew.
Oh, so professional, so radio show-like. I like it. Secrets of the Old Clock. Alright, so normally I play the next game that's in the trailer, but even though I really want to do that, I have a feeling I honestly don't know, because I really want to get Secret of the Old... I'm kind of paranoid with that kind of stuff, like, because I like doing things in the number order, or at least alphabetical order. So I really want to play Secret of the Old Clock next, but I cannot find the disc anywhere at all. I've looked everywhere, even after I've moved, because I've had to switch apartments, which explains why I haven't been able to upload any videos for you guys. So I'm gonna try searching one more time, because right now, because I couldn't find it after a long period of time, I decided to go ahead and buy it off of Steam, which explains why I really don't want to play the next game that doesn't require Steam, which happens to be number 13? Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. That's actually one of my favorites, but wait a minute. Lonnie did the voice of Lulu as well? That's insane! Oh man, that's crazy. Sarah Papineau, Stephen Hondo, and of course, Jonah von Spreeken does multiple voices. Jonah, you are one talented piece of dude. You are awesome. I love you. Anyways, we are actually getting close to the end of the credits, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and bid you all adieu, just cause I want to make sure that I get the right footage of, well, you know, the grandmother and grandchild and whatnot. So I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rescue Rabbit, saying goodbye. Stay awesome, man. Stay on YouTube. Woo! We can't remain. Time will bring them round again. Alright, so I'm assuming the grandmother is Eleanor. So I don't see Lydia, because I remember the grandchild mentioning Lydia. I guess Lydia could be a Boston-y?
Who was Helene?
Can we stop soon? Helene married the Duke of Bouville and died in 1760. End of story.
Who was Frederic?
He was a soldier for the French. He was killed in the War of Spanish Succession in July of 1702.
What about Colin?
Oh, this is so cool. They say he was a spy for England, even though he lived in France. Isn't that so very? I'd like to be a spy.
What? Sure.
Tell me about Corbin.
I don't know. He doesn't have a coat of arms in the Great Hall because he didn't live here. Wasn't even a British subject, that's all I know.
Does that mean he doesn't have a portrait either? Wait, what? What?
What can you tell me about Eleanor?
Just that she was burned as a witch, but it wasn't true, and her father, James, died when he saw her die. And then the family fled to France. I don't want to talk about this.
course you don't.
Who was Helene?
Can we stop soon? Helene married the Duke of Bouville and died in 1760.
So she
End of
says that no
story.
matter what. Okay. Well, psh.
It looks like George and his brother Henri died in the same year. What happened?
They were lost at sea. I guess they traveled a lot to Canada, especially to Oak Island.
Who's Penelope?
I don't know much about her except that she was very loved by practically everyone in England, and there were 1 million poems written about her. If I have a boyfriend, I'd never let him write a poem about me. Blech.
Brigitte must be a really popular name. I'm actually trying to help out my sister pick out names for her child. So exciting that both my sisters are pregnant.